a little bit about how you got into it, because it is a very, very exclusive club, might I put it that way. And
Yeah, who would have thought? Thanks for the question. Yeah, um, I think I generally tell people it was a slow burn process. As a kid, I, I sucked at a lot and didn't know what I was good at. Found out young I was good at writing. Even though I swear reading, I had to read something like two, three times to get it. I don't know if I was dyslexic or not. I was never diagnosed, but I love to write, and teachers pointed it out, and I knew, okay, I got it, but what the hell do you do with that? So, jump through life. I had no idea what the hell I was going to do, and it just turned out I became really fascinated by, I guess, the darker corners of society, economics, culture, pop culture. My dad was a cop, narcotics, so even though he didn't like bring that home, and there was that element of that I realized as I was getting, out of my teens, I put it together. And I love to read. Again, it took me 10 times to get a chapter, but I would pick up biographies, whether it was about uh, Che Guevara or Lucky Luciano or JFK, all these things, not conspiracies necessarily, but like the history made me, I guess, wonder if there were three sides to every story, so to speak. And as we find out, there is. So the more I got into the organized crime element, particularly John Gotti in the late 80s, that just sparked we were at an age that we were impressionable and we're like, wait, who's this guy all over the newspapers from New York? And I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but we would go to the library or the college library and read the Times and be like, who's that guy? Which made my parents a little nervous later, and I understood why. They were like, is he and his friends so enamored by this? But what it did is it drew me into, oh, I want to find out more. It can't just be this cut and dry. It can't be he's bad, they're good. There's got to be more. So I'm really dragging this out. But ultimately, the slow burn, I put everything together, that growing up with a cop dad, some friends from the other side of the tracks, and my fascination with the darker parts of history. Maybe darker isn't the right word, but I think everybody will get it. It's like those corners that aren't talked about in school as much, that I still think underscore how we are. So it ends up, years go by and I find out some of what we've consumed is regurgitated garbage or incorrect at the very least with history. So I set out to, whatever my mission was, let me get the nuance and try to find the needle in the haystack of people like Lucky Luciano, Murder Inc.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
in my first book about Chester Campbell from Detroit, like people that weren't written about much. So if that answers it.